Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a layout share, and I think I have more than 30 pages here. It includes all of the Vicky Booten class projects that I finished as part of my Let's Finish Projects series, and there are quite a few challenges and DT type pages. And so I'll go through those and I'll show them like this. And I can kind of see in my laptop. I've got to figure out how to get it straight. And I've got my camera maybe. Well, this camera isn't involved in this video. That's the overhead camera that I use to take when my projects are all flat on the table. So I'm going to do it a little bit different way. The reason is I wanted to show you after months of having to wear my hair in braids just to make it easy to manage because I couldn't do anything with it when I couldn't raise my hand. And I'm raising this, it looks like my left hand to you, but it's my right hand because I'm using the FaceTime camera on my Mac. Anyway, Katie blow dried it straight. You can kind of see that the color has kind of faded out a lot. So on my birthday, December 12th, she's going to just do a surprise color treatment. Not quite sure what she has in mind, but it could be mermaid hair again. And I also wanted to show off my new glasses. They're purple, and then there's an orange and lime green. Let's see if I can get those closer there. You can kind of see the orange and lime green on the edges. So there's kind of a story there. Purple and lime green are my colors, and orange and lime green were John's. John liked both of those. So I've got glasses. The glasses I did have were John's frames, and I filled them with my prescription after he passed away. And they were, I think he was on his second prescription that was in that set of frames, or in that frame. And then I put mine in that frame and wore it for 2 years. So they're ready to fall apart. They couldn't be salvaged, so I'm using them as a decorator item in the bedroom. Anyway, let's go through these pages. I will be able to see the label on the back, so I'll know what I'm showing you. If I do it like this and rest it on the table, you can't see it. Let's see if I move that way. I think I'll do it this way. This is a load page from day 11. This dates back to October 11th, and let's see, I've got moving the opposite way is there. The thing that I like about this is always that this is the stamp that I was buying that I'm showing in this photo. This was a trip to Kentucky back in the day, and we went to a mall. We took the kids to a mall, and there happened to be an Archivers in the mall. So Bramble Fox title. So if I take that long showing every page, we'll be here for way too long. So I'm gonna lay this down right here. Let me get, I had some loose sequins on one of the pages and I re-glued them. I need to get this stuff off the table so my layout fits. Okay, there. Now, This one was also done for load and for Scrap-A-Sketch. I'm using a Scrap-A-Sketch premium sketch here, and I've got gosh, I forget what collection that's from, but I only bought a tablet of papers for this collection, and there were quite a few florals to fussy cut. So there, I kind of like that orange and blue color combination. This is a Scrap Squad lift. It's from Scrap Squad Sunday back on October 13th. And it had this big gigantic tag element and then a grid on the tag. And here I have used the Hip Kit Club. I think that's the September kit, because by then I had not received the October kit. This one is it's for the Bramble Fox challenge page for last month. Last month the challenge was to use tags. So I used tags all over, all down the side, down this one side, and down here. And then I used various titles here. So these are some photos from an Avril Lavigne concert that James and the girls went to, and I did their photos here with some photos of Avril Lavigne that I pulled off the web. Okay, and lots of Bramble Fox goodies on there. This is one from the, is this the November? It must be a, it's a Hip Kit Club kit, and again, large banner elements and then frames, and this is also a Scrap Squad Sunday, so it's the October kit. I have that on the label, including this foam title here, which is amazing. And that's a picture of Janis Joplin on her painted Porsche. And then this is a car that Katie saw in a parking lot and took a picture of because she knew I would love it. And what I don't have is a picture of my Volkswagen that was covered with flowers around the same time that Janis took this photo. This is another one with that same collection that I used the blue and orange colors. This one I used a background paper, and I don't have written down. This is a Scrap-A-Sketch premium sketch, and I did this for a Premium Inspiration Monday. I think I was a little bit late with it, but this is a photo that a selfie that James and Katie took with the I voted sticker, and there's a copy of my I voted sticker that I added in as an embellishment. So I love, love, love this background paper that has, this pattern on it, and then also this. Just love it. And a Bramble Fox title on that too. Another one with the Bramble Fox title. This is a Scrap Backwards page using a Scrap-A-Sketch sketch. And I used scraps from several different Vicky Bouton paper lines. And I created this little cluster down here, used lots of different things. I traced circles there was a rather large circle element in the sketch, and I made smaller circles, 3 smaller circles. And it's just an everyday kind of photo of us out eating Italian at Ava's favorite Italian restaurant. And I don't know, it's just, at the time it was one of those everyday photos that maybe didn't warrant being scrapped. But nowadays, any photo with John in it, or actually any photo of the kids when they were young and happy to eat with us, um, you know, that has become precious now. This is a mixed media mayhem page where the recipe called for spray ink, fabric, and stars. So I have fabric leaves. The leaves down in this cluster. It's hard to get my finger over there because it's opposite day, and I've got spray ink sprayed onto a stencil and used both ways. It goes through the stencil, and then I turn the stencil over, and it goes on like that. Spray and stars. There are some bramble fox stars right here and right there. So this is one of those pages that I thought it would be easy when I was in the sling and had trouble, doing pages, lifting my arm, doing anything with my arm. I printed photos on paper and decided to scrap on the paper, so I didn't have to cut the photos out, because one thing I couldn't do was use my trimmer and use scissors. So it turned out they weren't easy to scrap with. So I waited until later to do them, but this is one of those, and just I love it. I love the honeycomb stencil, and I like the colors in that one. Kind of muted, a little bit different for me. This is a Stamp It Like It's Hot page where we were stamping a background, and I used a leaf stamp meant for a fall page, and I chose a leaf that's kind of the shape of a Boston fern, which is what this photo is. And this is a picture of the museum where there was a Yoko Ono exhibit that included lots of interactive exhibits, but as you're walking out, the very last one was trying to create an ivy covered wall, and there were little potted plants of ivies, and you got to take an ivy home. And I named my ivy. We were living in Brussels and at the time and traveling in Barcelona. It was in Barcelona where we went to this museum, and the museum is called Palau de la Verera, Verera Palace, and the museum exhibits were on the bottom floor. So that was just off La Rambla in Barcelona. And I typed up some journaling and put that on there. Don't have much in the way of embellishments here except some kind of leftover things that were part of my kit. And this is it's a poem that was given with the plants, and I've saved that. I couldn't bring the plant back to the U.S. due to customs laws, but I love that page, and I think the leaves came out great. This is another one of those pages where I had printed the photos on the page and then just embellished around them, and I used some old Fancy Pants butterflies and some of these flowers from that collection that I can't remember the name of. And this, I think it's called Watercolors and Scribbles, but I forget the company. I'm embarrassed. This was a page I did kind of just for fun, no particular challenge. And it was Ava all dressed up for homecoming. And this is using Paige Evans' let me curl this up. Paige Evans' latest collection. I am just embarrassed. Let me go get the name of that one. It's handy. And I thought maybe I could find the papers for the other one. I don't even know where I stored the part I didn't use. Let me see if it's in my, I thought maybe it was with my Scrap Backwards kit, but it's not. In any case, this is adventurous, and I wanted to be sure I had that right. I used an acetate overlay here. That's what you're seeing there, and this is called My Favorite Fall Colors, and it's kind of showing a blooming hibiscus, which is usually associated with summer, but this was way after autumn started on the calendar here. So, and that's still got a whole bunch of blooms on it. It's a little chilly today, so they probably won't open. This is another one of those pages where I printed the photos directly on the page, added strips of paper on either side, and a vertical title kind of sideways. It is a Scrap Backwards page, and all of this came from my kit, and I included quite a few little Bramble Fox goodies there. So there's some miscellaneous photos of Reese. Reese got a haircut. She got fully shaved. This is the the layout that had the falling sequins. I'm gonna pull these off and glue them back on at the end of all of this. This is a Scrap Squad Sunday scrap lift, and it's also using the October hip kit and some sequins that I brought back from the retreat in Texas back in June. So I'm gonna put this right here. This starts, well, actually no, this is not one of the class layouts by Vicki Boutin. I actually designed this one myself. It's actually, the design is premium sketch number 93, and I used things that were on my desk after having done so many of these class projects. So I had a lot of discover and create stuff out on my table. So I used that here, including, this little branding strip. I love the pencils, and it's kind of showing my table, my dining table, piled with the different stacks of layouts that I'm putting in albums. Haven't finished that project, by the way. Plan to work on it today. Okay, there's some more sequins. This, let me see if I can hold up the 2-pagers. This is a 2-pager class project that I finished. And these have all been shown on another share and other videos, but I kind of just wanted to. This is another 2-pager. It's a baseball game we went to last year to celebrate John's birthday. And the full story is in the other videos. This one, I think, yeah, this is also a 2-pager. And it's photos from the Vicky Booten scrapbooking cruise that left from Southampton, England in 2022. And what gave me the idea to use those, I think, was just the, and I probably want to add, or will be adding, some additional, some journaling to that. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Well, I'll put it in that stack and I'll know when I start dividing them up to go in the albums. This is a 1-pager. It was 1/2 of a 2-pager, but I'm making it a 1-pager. Let's get it this way. These are just everyday shots after a walk that we made from our house through the park to the local Starbucks, about a 15-minute walk. And I just love it. Again, one of those everyday, based on John's clothes. I think we had just come back from the gym and the kids may have come with us to the gym, and then we stopped at Starbucks on the way home. I don't know. I just love it. It's an oddball page, but I love it. These are some photos of my sister at a favorite restaurant that closed down for renovations, and when it opened up, it was a completely different restaurant, different type of food, but she still loves it. My brother sent me those photos. This is a double pager, I think. No, it's a single pager. This is documenting a walk in the park that Katie and James took so they could discuss things and solve all the problems of the universe. And then this is the other page that was going to be part of the 2-pager, but they're going to go in completely different albums. This one goes in a 2024 album. This one goes in a miscellaneous family because it has adults and kids, and there's not just one kid, and it's not just about the dog, but glimpses of life, just goofy glimpses of everyday moments in life. And every once in a while I like to do pages like this. I may or may not have scrapbooked one or more of these photos, but I have not. I like doing a miscellaneous glimpses kind of page every now and then. This is a 2-pager done that came from the retreat in Texas, and I completed it as a 2-pager. What was that fell down? Did something fall down there? Or was it something on here? It was something on here. Let me get my tape and glue that down. Anyway, I stayed pretty close to the original design on this one. I may have changed a couple things, but I like that page. This is a 2-pager that doesn't have very many photos. It's just a night that we went to heckle Barrett when he was working at Mellow Mushroom. And yes, I know it has kind of a crafty theme, but I think it took some artistic capability to craft those delicious pizzas, don't you? So this is the cover of the menu, and it's celebrating Mellow Mushroom's 50th year in business. So they were born the same year James was. And this photo is, I think this may have been the only time that I was in my sling and actually went out to eat. And it was after I had figured out a way to put my arm through the sleeve of the shirt and I put the sling over the shirt. I had been wearing the sling under the shirt, and the shirt was just kind of draped over, and it wasn't attractive. Didn't look fully dressed. Okay, here's a 2-pager, I think, about Katie's hair show in New York, where she was not only a stylist but also a model. And it's got some New York photos, some hotel dressed up photos, a photo of her on the stage getting styled. Just love that. Love these pages. Those are Vicky's designs, and I just kind of filled them in with photos and maybe tweaked the design a little bit. This is one that's one of Vicky's pages. It was, I think, part of a 2-pager, and I kind of grabbed it as made a 1-pager out of it. I did it for Mixed Media Mayhem, where the recipe called for some texture and some splatters and the color blue, I think. I'm not sure what that is, but that's what, so I added all of these things on top of the paper that was already kind of looked like it had some mixed media on it. Okay, so I'm going to go there. And this one is about, this uses the entire page that has those pencils on it. And this does have a crafty theme, so I included some photos of my crafty besties. This picture right here is from a retreat I did not get a chance to go to. And this one is from Sandy Reversky's Scrapping Reflections retreat in Texas in 2021. Okay, so we have this 1-pager that I'm using a photo of Barrett. He came by to pick some things up, and I just kind of thought that kind of army drab look and the beige cabinets in the kitchen were suited for a page surrounded by color. So that's what we have here. And this is a single pager that has some photos of my sister and my nieces. And I love this page. I added color, some hot pink elements, this label, and then that one, and then this one down here on the teapot, to match her blouse, and because that color wasn't anywhere else on the page, and I think it worked. These are some photos of hotels in Galveston that are part of my much younger life. This hotel is called the Seahorse, and it's a place that we stayed when my parents and I went on. My parents took us to Galveston on vacations, and then this one is the hotel that John and I stayed in on our honeymoon. It's the flagship. It's out over the water. It was when I went to this hotel This was the Pleasure Pier, and I tell the story of how we heard Peppermint Twist, and it turned out Joey D and the Starlighters were actually performing at Pleasure Pier. So then it became this hotel, and then in 2008, a hurricane wiped out the hotel. So it's now a Pleasure Pier again. This is a Mixed Media Mayhem page that where I did this background by sliding some translucent acrylic paint by Vicki Boutin. It's this stuff. It comes in little soda bottle looking things. And I let that feed down. Looks like it came out as different color stripes when it went through this little machine. Basically just showing some before and after photo of Ava after Katie did her hair. She cut and trimmed it, gave her some bangs, and colored it the darkest color that was in her natural hair. So I love how that turned out. I used some Bold+Bright foam stickers and a squirrel stamp. This is what I did for Mad About mini paper pads, and I cut all of these punched all of those bats out of a 6x6 lawn fawn perfectly plaid paper pad. And those are pictures of Barrett in his Halloween costume. And speaking of Halloween costumes, here's my latest one. This one just went live today. It's my Bramble Fox challenge team page, and the challenge this month is to use something old, something new, something Bramble Fox, and something blue. So old is pretty much all the papers that are used on here, including the blue paper that is matting these three photos. And some of the bats have blue wings, and some of the houses are blue. New is this sticker from Bold+Bright, and then there's one here too. Also old are these metal charms from Tim Holtz. And the Bramble Fox are the black cat and the stack of pumpkins and the witch's hat. And the arrows that are all pointing here, three different arrows pointing to the three photos, and the stars. I've got a little star here and one there, and then there's another one somewhere over here. And the fussy cuts are from two different Bella Boulevard Halloween lines. And James is dressed as Hunter S. Thompson, gonzo journalist that he was, and he's wearing the outfit that was worn in the Fear and Loathing movie. And that's my stack. There's my stack. I'm going to have to add that to the stack of stuff that's on the table that I need to put in albums, and I'm hoping to get that done in the next 3 days. That's kind of my goal, because then I have to start doing some series and challenges ahead of time in case I travel to see my sister between Christmas and New Year's. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.